I'll be right back.
You'll hang for this. ass knows you're guilty.
What's the matter with my poor little Pudgy? Is this what's troubling you? Oh, you poor little thing. It isn't alive. No. Little nutsy dopesy.
Such a fun.
What up, cyberspace cadet, cyber fam, and fam bots galore. It's irate prostate, and you know what that means. It's Friday. It's the CREEM stream, the one and only. What's up, everybody? And in the his house tonight, we've got the lovely Atima the Hun, because A is for Atima.
Hi.
B is for Becca Fadley.
Hey guys.
C is for She Gone.
Hello.
R is for Roasted Opinions. S is for Stone Monkey.
I am stoned.
T is for Trippypoop.
Are we not on mute? Are we unmuted and everything?
Yeah, you know, shit. Yeah, you're unmuted.
All right, good. Hi, everybody.
Everybody can hear it, man. I made sure.
All right, good.
Because last week was embarrassing. Roasted, did you want to say hi, buddy?
I'm having some problems.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
We heard that.
That sounds personal, man. Just keep it to yourself, I guess. Unless we can help, then hit us in DMs. Anyway, so it's Friday. Crazy. Say to people in the chat. Good day, pendant. I struggle to listen to most classical musicians without thinking of old-timey cartoons. Like those of
We're
Charlie
not allowed to
Jetty.
do that. We start playing any musicians from any year, we'll probably all get hit. Like 300-year-old music, we'll get in trouble for it.
Yeah, chamber music and
Right.
shit, right?
Actually, Gregorian, you can't play Gregorian chants. Gregorian chants will get you struck.
Oh wow! All right, so everybody, just for record purposes and to kiss YouTube's ass, ever so gingerly. Remember that any conversation about COVID We always advise everyone to check with your doctor and, make sure you know the CDC and NIH guidelines and follow them as you will. So I just, a caveat, a disclaimer for anybody.
We all agree.
We do. All right. So you
I take shots every day.
No.
Man. Well, all right. So how's everybody's week? We'll start with Tema. How's your week been?
Actually hasn't been too bad. I got some amazing birthday presents. And just been discovering all the different muscles I have broken and fighting with doctors. So kind of normal, like every week in the greater Portland metro.
Hey.
Yay! It's nothing different than it always is.
Yeah, the healthcare is shit, but the weed is good.
Sometimes.
Can't even go out with that one. Hello, Nacho Damas. Welcome aboard.
Nacho.
All right.
Hey, Nacho.
And Cody, they have been wrenched.
Nice.
Be good, and you'll keep it. Oh, well, look at that.
Remember when Failure cleared his list of wrenched folk way back when?
Yeah.
I was one of the first ones to get my wrench back. Like
I was
2
too.
days later or something. Yeah. He was just like, I like Trippy's name.
I think it's just because I had always poked everybody really, really well. I don't know, but Failure gave me my wrench back. I didn't even ask.
I don't think I did either. Like I said, he was just always like, well, like Trippy's name.
And everybody, make sure you like and subscribe to this thing, and hit the share button. Share that thing. Gently caress the like button. Touch it like you like it. Touch it like you like to be touched.
Whoa!
There it is. Oh.
Roasted dropped because he's having internet issues.
Yeah, it's the intermittency that I was struggling with at the hotel as well. So
Yeah,
that's what I was offering to give him the better service if I can.
Got
Hopefully
the-
he'll let me help.
Your Wi-Fi is SHIT. Hey. What? All right. So, Becca, how's your week been?
It's been pretty good. I had to get back into the swing of things after vacation, so went back to work, getting back into that routine. Took the truck in to get an estimate done for the accident, and I'm gonna get a new grill and a new bumper and a new fender.
Sweet.
I didn't know you had an accident.
Yeah, some lady cut me off and I did a pit maneuver on her.
Snap.
So, we were only doing 30 miles an hour, and she decided she wanted to get into the gas station parking lot, and she didn't see me in that lane, and she didn't use a blinker or anything, so I didn't know she was intending to cross
sucks.
over. Yeah, and I had only had my truck for a week at that time.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the new one. Jeez.
So, I mean, everybody was okay. All her kids were good. I didn't roll her or anything. She admitted fault, so she's not fighting it. So everything should be good with the insurance companies. But yeah, it cost like $2,200. So
Nice.
the body shop said they'll have an opening next month, and I'll get it in. And they said it's gonna take 4 days, but I know how body
I
shops
coulda-
operate, so it'll probably be a week.
I could have fixed it for you with zip ties and duct tape.
Well,
Would've
the
looked
bumper
fine.
just has a dent. It cracked my
And a
grill
plunger.
and just put a really big dent and cracked the fender. So it wasn't something that they could just pop out and kind of buff out scratches. I actually have to replace it. So
You should see some of the cars around my neighborhood. Like when I say duct tape, I ain't
Oh, yeah.
fucking kidding. And bungee
it's like that
cords.
here too.
And fucking the one dude down the block in my apartment building has zip ties holding his bumper still.
Yeah, I have a neighbor like that too. And he just, every strip of duct tape he adds to his vehicle, he's like, I'm adding more chrome. I was like, it looks nice. So that's how my week is gone.
Yeah. What about you, Shagon? How's your week been?
Yeah, so we after the whole incident with Beard's car, we got a new one. So it is a new car payment, which isn't great, but we really love it. I really love the new car. We just have to now we have to sell his, and I'm thinking about selling my motorcycle maybe. So that's a little troubling to me here and there, but I don't know how to think of it. It's like it's like part of me is like, well, it really makes sense. Why just hold on to it if I'm not gonna ride it,
How often are you going to be able to ride after you have a baby?
Well, that's the thing. Probably not. And I don't think, even when I can ride it, I don't know if I'm going to want to. I'm probably going to have other things I want to be doing. So, yeah, I don't know. Kind of leaning towards selling it for the money. So,
Yeah.
there's some positive and negatives in there. I don't know, some hate. Also, I might be anemic, so that's a thing. I don't know. I told Beard it's like an excuse for him to make steak for me more. I'm like doctor's orders.
That's
I'm
excellent.
anemic.
So
It's really common with your first pregnancy.
Yes, it is.
yeah, I'm gonna get tested again just in case or see how it looks, but I don't
I was
want to take
anemic with my
supplements.
first, too.
I'd rather eat more meat, I guess.
Right?
Meat, spinach, broccoli.
I
I'm
love those
anemic
things.
all the
On live
time.
streams.
Yeah, I'm anemic all the time, so I got that diet down.
I love spinach too. I love iron-rich foods, except for he said okay, liver and onion time. I'm like, heck no, I don't.
Do a pate instead if you want. It'll give you the liver with all the iron protein, and you can put it on crackers and pretend you're fancy and rich.
Yeah,
see, I'd
it's
do
not too
that.
bad that way.
But anyway, I think
That's
about
how
it.
most
I
of
gotta.
my friends. Now, be glad you weren't part of my husband's family. My mother-in-law was forced to eat or drink a blended mixture, this old German thing of raw egg and raw liver. She had to drink a cup of it every morning.
No. No thanks. I'll make myself a spinach pie and have a burger or something.
You could turn into
Right?
one of those.
I didn't know you were
internet
vegan. Are you vegan? You're not vegan, are you?
I've never been vegan,
Okay, good.
and I wouldn't. But
Yeah, okay, good.
Because you were just talking about meat, and then you said it was spinach pie. I'm like,
they're
My-
delicious.
Yeah.
I love spinach.
I had a dissonant thought just bouncing between two. Anyway, you know what I'm saying?
Yup.
It's okay.
My husband has
Squirrel.
arrived to the chat, Irate.
Squirrel. Did you say
Squirrel. Yeah, that's what Uzi says when I get defocused and shit.
I do the same thing. I hate
Not
squirrels.
anymore.
Holy shit, I love this car.
Hey, you should buy this thing. Oh, sorry.
It's funny y'all are gaming and shit. Right.
Game chatter to a minimal.
No, it's fun, dude. It's fun. It's like they've been having a ball playing fucking GTA, man. I mean, it's like they got more money than God. And
I would if I'd stopped.
Trippy owns a submarine, y'all. It's a nice old Russian. I said it was a Birov class.
Yoda's got. I mean, Monkey's got one too.
Yep.
Damn, that's just crazy.
Yep.
2 submarines. You can go to war. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Together.
Yeah.
Brothers in arms.
Just blow each other up and be like, oh
Yeah.
shit. Oops.
Yeah. All right, Stomach, how's your week been, dude?
Outside of the stupidity that was going on, not bad. I still don't know what's going on with my Disturbed comic book that I bought, and I'm kind of pissed about that. Best Buy, I finally got my order from Best Buy today that was supposed to be here on Wednesday,
Oh, hey, there you go.
so that's a plus.
Yeah, man.
So now I have a nice mouse and a actual decent headset for when I'm at my mom's house on the laptop.
Cool.
Sweet. Yeah, was that a Razer equipment you bought?
Yes, sir.
Dude, I got
a
Razer
Death
bracket.
Adder, the Night something headset, and a mouse pad for $70, and they're normally like 150.
that mouse pad lights up too, doesn't it?
No, I thought it did. I was kind of hoping it would.
shit.
I was like, well, if it does,
Well-
I'm like, I'm not bringing that shit to my mom's house.
They got one that does.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I want an RGB mouse pad, but I mean, I already got a lot of flashing lights.
It's a USB slot up though.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I got.
That's why I didn't go for the light up one. I just bought a what is this one? SciTech. It's like some company I randomly found on eBay or Amazon. Probably like 6 months ago. I don't even know how old it is. But like $26, and I got a what is it, like 30-inch mouse pad? Like my monitor's literally on it. Like my monitor, my keyboard, my every fucking thing. And it's water resistant as hell.
Hell yeah.
Like I could spill water on it and just leave it there till it dries.
Right?
Hey, Ryan.
Ryan.
Right.
Can everyone hear me good?
Absolutely. Yes. Not like the other night.
Good. Yeah.
That was weird, but I'm glad we got that. You got it fixed, man. So, hey,
I
Ryan.
don't know what.
Today, all right. So, yeah, Ryan is this week's special guest. And I don't mean special like in Special Olympics. I just mean special because he's a special guy. He had done the ice cream interview on Sunday, and of course, I was extended an invitation. And so, welcome aboard, Ryan. How was your week, brah?
Not too bad. Been pretty slow, so I'm happy.
What did you think about those pictures of that maquet that those powered suits I posted and Becca's?
I like them.
It's pretty cool, aren't they? Those kits are weird.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that is a cool aesthetic. And of course, Demon Tranny rules the fires of hell, and there's only one way to make her go away. She, her word.
That's it. I should get Violent J in a furry suit. That'll be my demon.
Hershey.
Wait, does that mean? Hold on, I just
Hershey
thought of something.
chocolate?
Does that mean Hershey? Does Hershey have to change their name to Jershey now?
Oh no.
Or him, she.
Oh no, I don't want to.
Negative. All right, those are bad jokes, y'all. I am so sorry. I totally apologize, and I'll own every bit of that shit.
Put my pants.
Copy of her.
So, like,
I want to
hernia?
put crab legs on her head.
Don't
There's
pull
so
your
many
pants around
words.
Peds, Ninja. He'll have stolen
She
your
has
pants
crab.
before you
No,
poop.
she has penis mushrooms on her head. That's right. She has penis mushrooms
penis
on her head.
mushrooms. Thank you,
Yeah.
Atema. You remembered.
The penis mushrooms. How could I can't forget the penis
Smells like
mushrooms.
a corpse.
I want to forget the penis mushrooms, and I can't. I can't forget the penis mushrooms.
There's Madness.
Yeah,
Hey, Madness.
That guy wants the penis so bad that he made penis mushrooms.
Yes.
Oh shit! What's up, Miles?
Oh shit! Hey, Miles.
What a Miles. I was watching a video earlier
Miles
today
Beats.
with two trans people, a trans guy who used to be a woman, and a trans girl who used to be a dude, and they're a couple, and the guy one had a baby, and the one that was the girl was trying to breastfeed the baby.
Yeah.
And it was all from a call for an uprising. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of a call for an uprising. But he's like a super Christian, or at least he tries to be one, or pretends to be one, and every single thing that he covers on his channel is always demonic. Like he could talk about some new song that fucking some little kid put out, and he would talk about how demonic the parents must be for putting their child out there in public like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude, he goes far with it, like just ridiculously so. And I was messing with him because he was in his chat, because the video was actually a premiere. And when the baby was getting breastfed, I was like, "You wish that was you, don't you?" And a call for an uprising. Like you could tell he was being salty. He was like, "Yeah, I wish it was me every day." Like that's what he typed in chat.
Yeah, yeah, and he was lactating.
The guy is
slightly
salty,
like a drop of milk.
Right.
Right. Yeah, it's disgusting. I don't know, man. I you know, I'm not going to hate just for hate's sake, but it's, but you know what? I will. Never mind. That was supposed to be a joke, but it was not a good one. So, change the channel right now. All right. All right. So, anybody going to make the transmission? I'll go ahead and do it, man. Fuck it. All right. The cleansing flames. The cleansing flames. What?
Monkey. Jeez.
You're crazy.
What the fuck, Monkey? He goes to take off in a plane, irate, and he drives us directly into the ocean.
I'm all right, we're going to count to 10 and then we'll be sterile. Trying to sterilize the atmosphere here. So we're
fucking
2 minutes of hate. Yeah, we are. 2 minutes of hate.
That was fucked. I'm holding down too. Now I got some fucking hate. God damn it.
The black box on that one's going to be fucking hilarious.
No shit. All right, so you want to start the 2 minutes of hate? I'll go ahead and roll into it. Hey. What?
I don't really have any hate this week because I haven't really been doing anything but dealing with an asshole 14-year-old. And it's tired hate there. She's 14. She's 14.
This too shall pass. Like a kidney stone, but it'll pass.
Well, it's this shithead won't stay off her fucking knee, and she thinks she can poke at everybody, and, you know, she's 14, so she knows everything, and that's it. So that's my hate this week is 14-year-olds are assholes.
Indeed.
When I was 14, I was like 5'4". Actually,
Still taller than I am.
I don't know. I was one of those kids that sprung up over the summertime, and then I was suddenly 6 foot, you know?
Yeah.
And I lost all my chubby.
I don't know what that's like.
All of it?
Okay, about 70% of it. I still got some chubby.
Aw, poor Roasted.
Man.
Oh, Roasted can't come back?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, that's his hate. He can't even be here.
Right. And we'll honor Roasted's hatred of not being able to be here and refer to it through the whole show. So are you ready for 2 minutes of hate, Becca?
Sure.
And 3, 2, go.
I hate that the court system is so behind in technology that I have to download multiple browsers just to get into their websites to be able to file lawsuits. It is the most annoying thing. For one court, you have to have Google. Another court, you have to have Opera. Another one, you have to have Yahoo. And then they get all mixed up, and it, you know, after doing this for several years, you'd think I have it down, but then a court will change the browser that they use.
Oh, God.
And when you're up against a deadline and your filing keeps getting rejected, or you can't even get into their system, you start to panic a little bit. I spent maybe an hour and a half today trying to figure out what was wrong with my system and why a filing kept getting rejected. I finally just called the clerk, which she's just really bitchy about it.
Holy shit.
She was like, well, we no longer use Google. You have to have Opera. And I'm like, okay, you guys need to put that on your website because a lot of us paralegals aren't aware of your system change.
Carl DeGroza, man, you donated $100. Thank you so much.
Damn.
No shit. It's like it got my attention. Just make the demon tranny go away.
Carl.
I read your mind, dude, and I did it for you.
Awesome.
And if you want a refund, just hit me up in DMs, and I'll definitely refund it back. So, But thank you so much. This, I just want to cry sometimes when I see shit like that.
You know what? Don't you dare cry, and don't you dare ask me if I'm gonna refund you money, mister.
Yes, ma'am. Salute.
I love you, mister.
Love you back, fam. Sister.
Oh, shit.
All right. Where is it Shagon's time?
Indeed it is.
I kind of went out of order because I wasn't paying attention. I already sort of said some stuff.
Yeah. Well, so were you done, Becca?
I am done.
I'm sorry, man. I just had to had to interject with that donation.
It was a good reason to interject.
Holy smoke!
Becca was talking about having to use Windows 98 to run stuff from offices.
Ooh, Windows 90. Ah, man, I loved Windows 98, man.
XP was good.
Oh no, I know it was XP. That's what it was.
I loved XP.
Oh, XP was too easy to use. Oh, it was so easy.
Mm-hmm.
Becca, do you ever walk in there and see a Rolodex?
Some judges do use Rolodexes, yes. And some of them still use typewriters.
Crazy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Why?
No, it is kind of awesome. I'm agree with
It's like get kind of loud though.
Very
yeah, when you're when you're in the middle of a hearing and you hear the clerk just tapping away, it kind of throws you off game a little bit.
Man,
what are the ones that the stenographers use? Is that just a typewriter? Because they always look so little.
They're a special type of one.
Yeah,
it's called a stenograph.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard that before.
Dude,
Sorry.
and them bitches make a shitload of money, and dudes.
Yes, they do.
My God.
Yeah, like $220,000 a year.
Yeah, right on.
Some shit like that.
So
I bet the artists don't make that much.
That's righteous. That's righteous. Righteous pay there, man.
I'm sorry, I'm fucking this up.
But
I thought,
supposed to have hate.
I thought making about 40K was nice.
I
But
kind of already did it. I don't
know. I'm sorry, y'all. It is what it is. So what was it again, Shigon?
I might be anemic. The having to pay for a new car, even though I like the new car, and then selling my motorcycle. Not too happy about that, but I don't know. I can be convinced either way. Maybe I need to bounce it off of some people. I think.
Mm.
You should put the car motor in the motorcycle.
What kind of bike is it?
It's a Kawasaki Ninja 300.
Jeez.
Damn.
She's over here doing fucking stoppies and wheelies and shit.
No, I'm not.
Uh-huh.
You never popped a wheelie, man?
Ride without a helmet and shit.
I should sell the Ninja and then buy a Ural with a sidecar for the baby.
Nice. It's a good idea. I think there's sidecars that are like enclosed too, right? Anyway, that would be cool.
we got a Honda CRV. It's really nice.
Yay!
It's like a responsible car, but it handles real well, and it'll be good in Minnesota winter too. So
that's right. That's right. Did you get the?
And it has brakes, so we like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Brakes are good.
Did you get the undercoating?
Tire's fair.
The what?
The undercoating.
Oh, we just. What do you mean? We got it used. I don't know.
Okay.
Undercoat.
Yeah.
They sell an undercoating to people.
Yeah.
Oh, that crap. No, we didn't do any weird thing or anything.
Did
we
you just
no.
watch Ant-Man irate?
No, man. That's the thing, right? It's a sales tactic. I think. God, where did I see it? It was in a movie. When it caught my attention, it's like, oh, okay, that's total bullshit. But apparently, there's something to the coating that keeps the salt and on the roadways during a hardcore winter.
It's good for Michigan cars.
I mean, I just do that when I go and get like my vehicle washed, I get like everything done, and I don't do it like too early. Like in the winter, we don't wash our cars. Like some people do as much as they can, which is bad because you don't. I mean, once it's all like built up there, you want to keep getting it wet and shit.
How freaking cold does that get?
Well, it's Minnesota, so
fucking cold.
I mean, it's not even like the coldest state. I don't know what like probably Alaska, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, it's Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it can get cold though.
I'm on the internet.
I mean,
I know
at
everything.
night
okay?
and
it's Arizona.
That's right.
All
right, so let's move on. All right, Brian, you got 2 minutes of hate for us? Starting now.
I hate the pain in the back of my eyes because I haven't slept much.
Oh.
But other than that, I'm pretty good.
Yeah?
Yep.
Cool. All right, stop that. And Stone Monkey, you ready?
Yeah, I hate myself because like 10 minutes or like 5 minutes ago, I was hijacking the drug mule plane, and instead of flying straight into these people that were running in front of me, I flew straight into them, and then it kicked me off to the right, and then I went into the ocean. I'm a fucking idiot.
They're gonna recover the black box. Just hear me laughing.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, we had a stone pilot that ran into some pedestrians and then drove into the ocean as he was pulling his landing gear up.
It didn't just kind of pull you into the water, though.
Yeah, it was fucked. I was like, this is dumb, but you know, it's what it is. And then otherwise, you know, fuck my job some days. People need to, you know, do their job, and fuck. Well, I had one more thing, very important.
Microwave?
Fuck being sober at work.
Fuck being sober at work.
Yeah. Fuck you guys, man. I'm starting to realize that half the people there are literally drunk all day on the job, and it's really getting tiring.
Oh, dude.
Oh, damn.
I say something, and I get told to mind my own business by the boss that's supposed to be in charge of those people. I'm like, really? Really, guy? Okay.
Look, you just slip a little cocaine in their coffee. That'll put some pep in their step.
He's contemplating.
That would get expensive. Just saying, you know.
We saw on my stream today, a cop pull a guy over, find coke, and then take a little sniff, and then he goes, "It's a real cocaine." Like it was. I didn't say it like that. That's just Italian, but I mean, Italian.
It's a real cocaine.
But like it was like a
Faccia bella.
Hispanic cop. I think they were in Puerto Rico. But yeah, he took a knife. I read it was like he thought he was in a movie or some shit. He took a knife out, stabbed it into the cocaine, and then took a little snort. And it's like, dude, you're wearing your police vest.
Say hello to my little friend. You know?
Do you want to just run for it?
Tony Montana?
That's just like Mother made it.
Yeah. It's cool, just like Mama had.
Loudy. So, Trippy, you got 2 minutes of hate?
Not really.
You should. Okay. You ready?
Hey.
Just try it.
I'm having trouble thinking of shit. I hate the fact that I gotta keep going back to doctors. That's something I fucking hate.
Right.
It's like, give me a goddamn month without having to go to a fucking doctor. I have to go to more doctors on Monday.
Damn.
Well, this time it's because I'm still having foot swelling.
Oh, bro.
So it's like, my doc needs to check that out for herself.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, either set up an appointment or go to the nearest like a hospital and have them look at it.
ER, yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'll just set up an appointment.
Right? No one wants to deal with the ER.
No, thank you. I've had enough of that shit.
Yeah.
Have you taken the rubber bands off?
Yes. Stop wearing socks around the house. Like, my socks like cut into my fucking calf, and it's like I gotta go buy new socks or something. But she'll probably prescribe me something to like lighten up the swelling or something. Maybe more water pills. But when I came out of the
You
hospital,
need some of those pregnancy socks.
she prescribed me 3 water pills. That's it.
Better.
3 water pills. So I had to go all the way to Target to pick up a little jar that had 3 water pills in it. I mean, like,
Did
it
they
sounds
work?
super, yeah, mostly. But like I said, I'm still getting swelling in my feet, so it's like, I don't know, maybe she'll give me more water pills. I have no idea what the hell she's gonna do. She'll probably be like, oh, you need to go to a podiatrist. Like, gee, thanks for making me set up a fucking appointment so that I can go and set up another fucking appointment.
Is exercise supposed to help with that or no?
I've been elevating my feet.
Right, that's the opposite of exercising, right?
No, I don't know if I'm supposed to.
I'm just curious.
I don't know either.
Oh.
I should probably have like Googled it by now, but
maybe you should drain it.
Yeah, just take a
Poke
knife
holes in
and
your
fucking
feet.
slice my
Well,
foot.
you know, sometimes your body will hold on to water if you're underhydrated.
Yeah,
A
water
little bit of
retention.
leech therapy.
Yeah, and there's that. You know,
There we go.
Like water.
4 leeches
Just
on
eat
each
some
leg.
saltier food. That's what you need. Eat a bunch of salty food, Trippy. That'll help.
I'm not doing all
No.
these things at the same time.
I'm fucking kidding.
No.
Holy crap, that was a joke.
I'm like, fuck.
Trippy's like, hell no.
I'm just sitting here with a fucking
It's
thing
gonna be
of
like
salt.
that. What is that fucking purple bitch on fucking Charlie in the Chocolate Factory?
Violet,
Violet Beauregard, yeah.
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 Just roll me out of the house.
Right.
I was
need to go on
fucking
a
kidding, dude. I was like literally telling. That was
You
supposed to
delivered
be a
that
joke.
so
I thought
serious,
everybody
though.
The
Sorry.
delivery was great, Timma, because
Sorry.
and lots of salt, Trippy, that will
Trippy,
help.
clearly the solution is to add more flour.
Oh, I must add flour.
Just roll with more flour. That's it. Go with that. Yeah.
You know what, Becca? He's talking about Kay's cooking because we were watching that on my stream today.
Yeah,
Oh,
he DM'd
God.
me and warned me, and I was like, I stepped
She
away
got
to
better.
eat dinner.
She posted a video 3 days ago, and it actually looked like, you know, somebody wouldn't die if they ate what she cooked.
Oh no, I can't watch it.
And she
Trippy, I
did the
can't.
taste test, Becca.
Mm.
Pretty
I gotta
sure
send
she's
that to
on her
Johnny,
fifth
though.
son.
Don't you love it when you know she's tasting what's gotta taste like shit?
Just 4
And-
pounds of salt
And going,
or 4 pounds of fucking raw flour.
Yeah, it's just
Well,
like,
it's usually her adult son that does the taste testing. I wonder if
Oh,
he just
no.
like left.
He might have died.
He
But you know, he's got his
died.
own channel, so I mean,
I want to see more of that. I don't know why.
I can't watch it. It sets off my OCD, and I'm scrubbing my kitchen. I'm like, I can't do it.
yeah, Becca, I played that one where she's got that that pan that used to be non-stick that now the whole bottom of it's silver,
Oh yeah.
and she's over there fucking. She was making the bacon and egg pie.
Oh, where
Oh,
she
that
put in the
crap.
butter to make the bacon.
Mhm. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then she
I
scrapes the
did
pan
see
and
that
says,
one.
shing, 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 shing.
Well, they have the good bacon where it's a full cut instead of our thin strips with all the fat in it.
Mm.
So she's cutting the bacon up in pieces with scissors, and she
Yeah.
put a bit of butter in the pan to
And
cook
then
the
crack some
bacon.
eggs in there with it.
Yeah, and so she's cooking all these ingredients to go into a pie that's going to go into the oven for an hour. So she cooks the eggs, the bacon, and adds it to a raw crust and puts that in the oven. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, why are you cooking all this shit? You could cook that in the oven. She's a mess. She's a mess.
Mm.
Yeah, but just like one of those where it's like a train wreck and you can't look away.
No doubt.
I can't believe she actually ate her own food. That's what caught me off guard. I was
Yeah,
like,
I don't
holy
think
shit.
I've ever seen her eat her own food.
Well, she was trying to make, what do they call it? Like a, when you make a gumbo, it's like a roux or whatever the hell. Yeah, she was trying to make that. And she was like, it's supposed to be brown, but it turned out white.
No.
So she added like some red sauce to it. She's like, just trying to make it a little more
What?
brown.
It's supposed to be brown. You know what she really should have put in it? Just saying.
A fart.
It's brown. Has anybody heard of like the girl that like farts on fruit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
Yeah, big
Cake
fat
fart?
boy didn't turn me on to that shit
Like
back in the day.
that.
It's funny as shit.
Like specifically fruit.
Yeah, each video she like puts out all these videos and it's just her like walking around and farting on fruit, and sometimes she'll eat it afterwards. It's like, I'm like, what the fuck, man?
And
it makes me regret all the acid I took sometimes.
Why?
Exactly. That's
Someone's watching it.
I can't fathom this shit.
I should fire. I'll have to find it, but I should send you the video of the lady from Instagram that makes like desserts, but in her toilet.
Oh yeah. I've seen a couple of her things, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, definitely.
How many of these do you
Bring
watch?
that shit up
Trippy?
Twitter. Well, you gotta find. You gotta check it out and find the good stuff. You know?
I pick up a lot of that stuff from like just random YouTubers that do commentary. So yeah, I can't remember who the hell did the commentary on her.
All right, we're gonna change rooms.
I think it was Pay Money Wubby.
That's not right.
Dude,
Yeah,
someone else
she
knows
made a
cake farts.
Chocolate sundae in her toilet.
I watched the Justin Wing video on this.
Oh, okay. That might have been where I got it too.
Poor roasted. I think you ruined fresh fruit for him.
I'm having a hard time in my corner too.
All right,
I'm
everybody
just
hook up with the
going,
live.
la, 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 la,
All right,
la,
so
la.
it's time for videos.
Oh,
All right,
man.
y'all ready? Yeah, it's gonna be mostly news this week. Okay.
Right now, it's mostly for it.
It is mostly for it. That's actually that was the guy that ran as vice president for Hillary Clinton. That's Tim Kaine. Remember him?
No wonder he looks so sad.
Well, he lived. Obviously, he kept his mouth shut, right?
He's
So
another one
he's
that
still
looks
alive.
like a real life Muppet.
No, he looks like a clown, dude. Everybody called him
Like,
Clown
hold up,
Face.
right?
Yeah.
No, he really
That's
does
up to
look
my
like Rex
culture.
Skelton.
Yeah.
He really does look like Rex Skelton without the makeup.
Right.
That's offensive.
He
to my
does. He
clown
looks like
culture. Just saying.
Well, all right. You know what? Before we do that, let's listen to the Stone Mexican guy. He put out a great video today. Let me see what.
Hello, fellow youths. It's me, the SMG, your favorite e-celeb, the person that you've posted on your wall. You've printed out my avatar and you skied all over it, which is pretty fucking awesome. Thank you if you do that. I'm accepting all cum tributes on my Twitter.
That's all it is.
SMG3 Ducks.
Being weird.
And yeah, follow me there
He's driving
and
a truck.
send me your cum tributes to my avatar. Anyway, I was having a conversation with some of my favorite shit posters on Discord, and they got into the conversation of sending dick pics to the dead. Now, how do we send dick pics to the dead? Because there are a lot of dead women who I would love to send unsolicited dick pics to. I mean, just because they're dead doesn't mean they don't want to see my dick. My dick is marvelous. So I must share it with the afterlife, and I can't wait to die to do that. And I'm not going to suicide to fucking show somebody my dick, because I might end up in hell and they might be in heaven. So the first thought was having a seance with my dick and on top of the crystal ball, while the
That's a good idea.
seance lady, whatever the medium, I think they're called mediums, while the medium tried to contact the dead to ask them if they could see my cock. Now, I don't want to catch a sexual harassment beef if the medium doesn't consent, and then what if he or she has buyer's remorse? Like, I can't believe I just let this guy drape his flaccid cock over my fucking crystal ball. So I had to scratch that one. Then I got to the brilliant idea of, how about you get a Ouija board and you touch your dick tip on it and then try to get answers like that. You know, says A, B, C, D, E, F, G, you know, with your dick though, and you touch the little eyeball thingy.
It's called a planchette.
There goes the lens thingy that goes over the words, and it says yes, no, maybe so. You know, I'm wondering, how do we send dick pics to the dead? Do I go to a priest and say a prayer over my cock so that my dead grandma can see it? Because I knew she was hot back in her day, and now I think she's dead. So she reverted to her best form. You know, I need to know. The afterlife needs to see my dick. My dick is marvelous, and I want to share it with the dead. You guys take it easy. This is your favorite E-celeb. Out!
God damn it.
I
Man,
fucking love SMG.
I was like up like at 5:30 this morning, man, and I saw that he had just upped that, and I turned it on, and I fell out of my chair almost. I was laughing so hard. So, that's a good little icebreaker for the shit we're fixing to check out. Okay, so and
God,
on
his
that,
sense of humor is fucking fantastic, dude.
he's funny as shit, man.
The mental images I got listening to that. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, you like do ghost hunting, don't you, Becca?
Yes, I do.
Get the spirit board out and the planchette.
If anything, he succeeded in putting like penises in like everyone's head.
That's the brilliance of SMG, though.
Yep. I
Yeah.
love that guy. Back when he was on Twitter, oh my god, the sheer amount of random boobs that I got in my DMs.
Dude, no shit. Oh my god.
We're meaning to send them
Japanese
to him. I was
booty,
like,
man. Japanese
I'm like,
bitches
what
with
the
huge
hell?
tits. I mean, my
I was like, how
god.
the fuck is this happening?
Every other day.
You know, we started talking. Him and me started talking. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, bro." I'm like, "No, dude, it's just." I'm like, I was wondering what the hell was going on at first.
Oops.
Oops.
I killed me.
Oh, okay. All right, so let's go ahead and all right, now watch the newsy shit now.
Senator Paul.
Dr. Fauci, as you are aware, it is a crime to lie to Congress. Section 1001 of the U.S. Criminal Code creates a felony and a 5-year penalty for lying to Congress. On your last trip to our committee on May 11th, you stated that the NIH has not ever and does not now fund gain-of-function research in the Wuhan Institute of Virology. And yet, gain-of-function research was done entirely in the Wuhan Institute by Dr. Shi and was funded by the NIH. I'd like to ask unanimous consent to insert into the record the Wuhan virology paper entitled Discovery of a Rich Gene Pool of Bat SARS-Related Coronaviruses. Please deliver a copy of the journal article to Dr. Fauci. In this paper, Dr. Shi credits the NIH and lists the actual number of the grant that she was given by the NIH. In this paper, she took 2 bat coronavirus genes, spike genes, and combined them with a SARS-related backbone to create new viruses that are not found in nature. These lab-created viruses were then shown to replicate in humans. These experiments combine genetic information from different coronaviruses that infect animals but not humans to create novel artificial viruses able to infect human cells. Viruses that in nature only infect animals were manipulated in the Wuhan lab to gain the function of infecting humans. This research fits the definition of the research that the NIH said was subject to the pause in 2014 to 2017, a pause in funding on gain of function. But the NIH failed to recognize this, defines it away, and it never came under any scrutiny. Dr. Richard E. Bright, a molecular biologist from Rutgers, described this research in Wuhan as the Wuhan lab used NIH funding to construct novel chimeric SARS-related coronaviruses able to infect human cells and laboratory animals. This is high-risk research that creates new potential pandemic pathogens that exist only in the lab, not in nature. This research matches, these are Dr. E. Bright's words, this research matches, indeed epitomizes, the definition of gain-of-function research, done entirely in Wuhan, for which there was supposed to be a federal pause. Dr. Fauci, knowing that it is a crime to lie to Congress, do you wish to retract your statement of May 11th where you claimed that the NIH never funded gain-of-function research in Wuhan?
Microphone.
Senator Paul, I have never lied before the Congress, and I do not retract that statement. This paper that you were referring to was judged by qualified staff up and down the chain as not being gain of function. Let me finish.
You take an animal virus and you increase its transmissibility.
He jumped the gun. He's pissy.
You're saying that's not gain of function?
Yeah, that is correct. And Senator Paul, you do not know what you are talking about, quite frankly. And I want to say that officially. You do not know
accents
what
popping
you are
out
talking
too.
about.
Like a little extra.
Okay, you get one person.
Let's speak to the NIH definition of gain of function. This is your definition that you guys wrote.
Glasses.
It says that scientific research that increases the transmissibility among animals is gain of function. They took animal viruses that only occur in animals and they increased their transmissibility to humans. How you can say that is not gain of function?
It is not.
It's a dance, and you're dancing around this because you're trying to obscure responsibility for 4 million people dying around the world from a pandemic.
And let's let Dr. Fauci.
I have to. Well, now you're getting into something. If the point that you are making is that the grant that was funded as a sub-award from EcoHealth to Wuhan created SARS-CoV-2, that's where you are getting. Let me finish.
We don't know.
Well, wait a minute.
It did come from the lab, but all the evidence is pointing that it came from the lab, and there will be responsibility for those who funded the lab, including yourself.
I totally
This committee will allow the witness to respond.
I totally resent the lie that you are now propagating, Senator.
I don't like you.
Because if you look at the viruses that were used in the experiments, that were given in the annual reports, that were published in the literature, it is molecularly impossible.
No one's saying those viruses caused it. No one is alleging that those viruses caused the pandemic. What we're alleging is that gain of function research was going on in that lab and NIH funded it.
That is
you can't
not.
Get away from it. It meets your definition, and you are obfuscating the truth.
I'm not obfuscating the truth.
Senator
You are the
Paul's
one.
time is expired, but I will allow the witness to.
Let me just finish. I want everyone to understand that if you look at those viruses, and that's judged by qualified virologists and evolutionary biologists, those viruses are molecularly impossible to result in SARS-CoV-2.
Viruses caused the pandemic. We're saying they are gain-of-function viruses because they were animal viruses that became more transmissible in human, and you funded it.
And you
admit the truth.
And you implying.
Senator Paul, your time has expired, and I will allow witnesses who come before this committee to respond.
And you are implying that what we did was responsible for the deaths of individuals. I totally resent that. And if anybody is lying here, Senator, it is you.
Ooh. But now it's time for us to get Senator Rand Paul's take on this. Senator, from my humble point of view, watching this a few times, you tried to say what was going on in that lab from a paper you were reading, and it's defined as gain-of-function research. He wanted to focus on, in particular, a certain experiment. You're trying to say that he was not accurate May 11th when he said there was none of that financed by the NIH, correct?
Well, gain-of-function research is defined by the NIH. We read the definition to him. It's when you take an animal virus and you make it more transmissible or more dangerous or more likely to cause a disease in humans. So we presented a paper from the Wuhan Institute by a Dr. Shi, where she took viruses, combined two viruses that were not infectious in humans and made them infectious in humans. We quoted a scientist from Rutgers University with 30-year history in cellular biology who said that it was the epitome of gain-of-function research, and all Dr. Fauci could do was sputter, call me a liar, but he never, at any point in time, did he address any of the facts that we laid out, that the money he was giving to Wuhan was indeed for gain-of-function.
So the significance of this is American money used to finance experiments that we didn't want done in the Wuhan lab. We're seeing more and more people are agreeing with the original assessment and Tom Cotton's original assessment that that's where this whole pandemic started from. That's pretty significant if it's American dollars being used and Dr. Fauci knew about it and is trying to get away from responsibility from it.
Yeah, he has a significant conflict of interest, since he was indeed at the top of the food chain and that he did approve funding to the NIH to the Wuhan lab. That's not even contested. He knows that he approved the funding. All he's saying is, oh, well, the research now doesn't meet our definition. But when you read the NIH definition of gain of function and you talk to other scientists, they're saying it's the epitome of gain of function. So yes, he is dancing around the truth. Why? Because if this disease came from the lab and they were funding gain of function, guess what? There's at the very least, moral culpability he has for the beginning of the pandemic. But if you go back to Fauci's statements in 2012, he said that the research was worth it even if a pandemic should occur. Even if a leak from a lab should occur, the research was worth it. That to me shows incredibly bad judgment.
Senator Rand Paul, how was your exchange covered
really
today?
Is Mangala. Wow.
You know, when you look at the so-called objective sources of news, they played only one side. They didn't look at all. But this is sort of the problem we have. Fauci controls all the funding, and the media is all on his side. And so nobody questioned what I had said. They just broadcast that Fauci called me a liar. So name-calling became the issue of the day for the left-wing media.
So a lot of doctors are frustrated that
As
Dr. Fauci is
usual.
the face of this. Never turned down an interview from Steph Curry's podcast to MSNBC's 3 a.m. show. Senator Marty McCarty has been frustrated with the way this whole thing's been categorized and was doing a study right now on Johns Hopkins on how the money's been used at the NIH, $80 billion plus. Listen to what he told me on the radio today.
The reality is I'd love to see the data. He should be ashamed of himself, by the way. The NIH last year spent $41 billion on research grants. 0.4% of that went to COVID. If he is so convinced that masks are needed in kids 2.5 years old, why didn't he fund the study?
So he's got $80 billion. He gives out 40. He keeps 41 and puts 0.4% into COVID-19 results and studies. How do you get away with that?
Well, he's been there for 40 years, probably 39 years too long, but he controls all the funding. So people are deathly afraid of him. Researchers will not speak out. Why have there not been other scientists? I get letters from scientists all the time. You can find them. They're very distrustful of what he's saying. They don't think he's making sense. They don't think he's reading the science accurately, but they're afraid to speak out because many of them are university science and they depend on NIH funds. And to cross him means it's the last money you'll ever get.
Right. So.
Okay, so.
Go ahead.
Fauci is oh God, you guys aren't going to know his name. He's the Sidra of, I can't pronounce the guy's last name, so we all call him Sidra. He was one of the most popular and powerful astrophysicists. He ran most of NASA at the time, and he was the guy that if he decided he didn't like you for whatever reason, you were fucked. So you had to toe whatever line it was this dude felt was right. This guy's a tyrant and he's a psychotic. And he's used to being able to control where money goes. And he has no problem with this shit. Am I correct in hearing that this man just said he has no problem with gain-of-function research killing 4 million people?
Yep.
Yep.
If we learn something, it's worth it, man.
Fuck yeah. Not really. You know what I'm saying?
You know that Dr. Mangala said the same fucking thing as he was skinning children and turning them into lamps?
Yep.
I like that ancient, not ancient, but I like that old scientist dude that used to put like dog heads on other dogs' bodies.
What?
Oh, you don't know about that?
No, man.
That's a thing. Like he used to take like severed dead dogs' heads and put them on live dogs' necks to see if the head would come back to life. I'm not saying I literally like it. I'm just messing around.
He must have been a socialist.
Must have.
I think he was a German scientist. I'm not really sure.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, like all the footage is black and white. I believe the one dog, they said he toured with it and it lasted a week with the head attached to its neck. And like the dog
I don't know if I believe that.
What do you think about this?
A couple of cases.
What do you think about this, Sigon?
With the dog head thing?
No, the thing we just watched.
Oh, I'm liking what chat's saying a lot. I don't know if we're allowed to say that out loud.
Sure. Oh, yeah, I remember chat because of Susan Wojcicki. We must remind everyone that consult your doctor and visit the CDC and NIH websites and learn what you can about COVID and follow their directions.
Educate yourself.
Exactly.
Especially if it's left.
Right.
No, yeah, I forget who covered this because I saw some other people that stream the clips and stuff and saying how they thought Fauci kind of won the argument, even though it was pretty clear he didn't.
Like he's all
the left is going to say that. They were saying that about the debates.
Confirmation bias, right.
Yeah, but
they were saying how, Biden owned Trump in the debates, and it was like, Biden said, come on, man.
Oh, I remember. I think it might have been Monkey that said it. ranting monkey. But I mean, yeah, that's kind of that's the angle he took too. It's like it's not because he actually won. It's not because he's telling the truth or something, and Rand Paul is lying. It's just really frustrating that this keeps happening, and it's
Well, and Rand Paul, like week before last, pointed out that information, that paper cited the specific grant, right? That came through the NIH.
Well, he cited the doctors involved. He cited the lab. He cited the grant. He cited the report. He cited the findings, and he cited the abstract and synopsis.
Yeah, but he
everything.
ignores everything that,
I'll
he
tell you
ignored.
what.
He stepped around all of that,
But I'll tell you what, everything that Dr. Paul is saying that's basic medicine and virology, if you've taken microbiology in college, which every pre-med on the planet has, and like over half of the people that are in the biological sciences have taken microbiology. So all the stuff they're discussing about viruses, you go over this stuff in microbiology, okay? This is one of the few classes that I got over 100% in college, and I did really, really well with the tiny things and the really big things. That's where I big numbers and small shit, I do really well. And microbiology, everything that Dr. Paul is saying is sound, basic shit you learn in the very beginning. And the fact that Fauci came in and said, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, just shows that he's desperate because everybody's catching it now. Because there are a whole lot of people that aren't in medicine that have taken microbiology or just have read up on it at this point because they wanted to fucking know.
Exactly.
Sorry, I just had to go off on that little bit, because if you're at all interested in science, or if you're just trying to find the facts, you know that everything that Paul has said is verifiable, and it's stuff you can go read, and it's all broken down and digestible in easy people, layman terms. And the fact that Fauci's acting like the average person can't understand it is actually kind of insulting if you look at the process and the actual information they're using. Because, sorry.
No.
Sorry.
Fauci, through the whole thing, his body language has been different this time around than prior hearings. He's very defensive. He's deflecting. Anytime a subject came up that he didn't want to talk about, deflect. This is what I said.
Right.
Change the subject. All
you're
that shit.
dumb.
Conflate.
Mr. Paul, because he's not going to acknowledge that Rand Paul is a doctor himself, an actual
MD,
practicing MD, and he will not bring that to attention. So Fauci has to discredit Paul at every turn, and he's getting more and more defensive because
he's going to the DOJ with this shit now because he called him in a lie, in a bold fucking face lie.
I think he'll ever actually.
No, fuck no. No, he's a deep state fucking. He's a swamp creature, man. I mean, he is a huge part of it. Yeah,
he's been around as long as Biden has. So
Brett Weinstein.
Biden's been around a little longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brett Weinstein.
People keep breaking the law, clearly in front of everybody. The evidence is there. Everybody can see it, and nothing happens.
They get slapped on the wrist, and they
ridiculous.
keep doing their job.
It is ridiculous.
Hunter Biden lying about to get firearms, and Fauci lying to
threw a gun away.
Congress.
Yeah, man.
Hunter's fucking selling paintings to billionaires that are unlisted. There's no name there.
Yep. Right. Yep. I seen
and
that.
It's dude, your paintings suck.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to talk about dead people voting either, I guess, right?
No.
But we aren't supposed to talk about the per capita rates of injury or death for the current experimental vaccines we're taking either.
No. I was reading something about that earlier, and we cannot definitely not talk about that shit right now.
No,
I want to know how Blue's been doing.
But there's
those tolerances are terrifying, y'all. If you know anything about what they normally have for approval for tolerances, we are so far out in the weeds at this point, y'all. So far out in the weeds. I can't even begin to describe how far out. We're orders of magnitude out in the weeds.
There's issues with the diagnostic, the PCR, and they're going to stick to just using that after December 31st. And the positive, false positives is like runs in the 90% at times.
Yes.
Okay, so.
Oh my god, I am like so terrified that I'm gonna get like sick, and then like they're gonna want me to take the stupid test, which isn't even a test.
Me too.
I'm like so terrified of that happening. I don't want it to happen. I don't want to be quarantined.
I just want to put this Q-tip up your nose, should go, and it's fine.
No.
No, they put it in your butt
Well,
now.
no, in Oregon.
Oh, jeez.
In Oregon, yeah, oh god, only if you're in China, apparently. In Oregon, if you take a test and you test positive, CPS shows up at your fucking door to determine whether you have people to watch your kids or not.
Man.
Fuck that. I don't want to test. I will no.
Yeah, right. No.
Ryan, what's your take on this, man? Go ahead.
Start on some fruit. Let them test that.
Right? Because it tests positive in South Africa, though, so you gotta be careful.
Nice, Ryan.
The pawpaw fruit tested positive in Africa when they first got the tests from China.
Hmm.
Oh, jeez.
What?
Just somebody testing positive that fucking soon. Or pop off.
No, man, there was a guy, a leader in Africa, like did the test on shit like a ham sandwich. It was really random shit, and they were coming up positive, right?
And one of them was a pawpaw fruit, and one of them was a bottle of Coke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was, skeptical. So anyway, it is what it is. As a matter of fact, this week China refused to cooperate with the CDC and the NIH and WHO in investigating the origins of COVID. So, that's problematic as fuck. Because it's funny. I was reading a thing today that said, do you think we're going to war with China?
Yeah.
They go, well, China and Russia think that we are. So it was like, oh, okay, man, wow.
I haven't figured we were going to war with them since the pandemic started.
Did y'all know there was a town hall this week? I want to put the critiques of the town hall on, and then after that we'll talk about it a little bit, and then then I've got the whole thing, pretty much the whole thing. I think I cut off the ass end of it because, well, some of those plants, man, are they're obvious plants. And a lot of them are writers and shit, I noticed. But there's a couple of instances during the thing that but we're going to open up with Tina. So, all right, you all ready?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Most of us.
So where were the misinformation police last night at that pathetic town hall that CNN hosted?
Hold on. Excel donates $10 and says, I'm going to be deposed for some dumb lawsuit involving my work. And the worst part is I have to wear a fucking mask the entire time. Holy shit, dude. That's got to
sorry.
Suck ass.
Damn. Oh, that's right. He was saying something about that shit. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. There's talk about bringing masks back, too. And it's like all these breakouts of the Delta variant. Do you think maybe incubating like a whole bunch of fucking illegal aliens and then like flying and busing them out to different parts of the country where these breakouts seem to be happening might have a correlation?
Nah.
There's no way.
I've been saying that the whole fucking time, and nobody will fucking listen to me. All the cities that are experiencing spikes right now are all places that are claiming to be sanctuary locations.
Yeah, and
if you look at the numbers that they're saying, nobody's giving you hard number increases. It's all percentiles. That's the sneaky thing right there. Oh, I so wish Roasted was here because he's really good at telling us how there's bad statistics and how you get those numbers out and how you explain it. He's so good at that. So I really wish he was here for that.
I hear you.
Because he could tell you just how badly they're manipulating the numbers with this. The percentiles that they're using, it's scaring everybody. My neighbor is as sweet as pie. She's like almost 80 years old. She's a great lady, and she is begging me to get my kids vaccinated, even though I'm on a list that can't get vaccinated. And I'm like, okay, we all know each other. We're all, hang out together. So they really have people bamboozled.
The old lady.
And they're just lying to him and lying to him.
I'm telling you, lie to the old lady.
Oh no. No, I just told her. I told her we're part of the group that we're part of the group that are supposed to not get vaccinated. We're part of the group that y'all are supposed to get vaccinated for because we can't.
Yeah, she probably didn't like that too much.
No, she didn't, because apparently that 15% of America doesn't exist. 15%, by the way. 15% of America cannot get vaccinated for whatever reason. It's a large group of people.
Redonkulous.
Yeah. So anyway, sorry, I'm going to shut up now.
All right.
I don't know if I'm included. I'm a diabetic. I just don't know. My doctor keeps saying, you should get the shot. I'm like, okay. I'm not doing it.
Well,
all right.
Yeah. And remember, everybody, it's your decision, your doctor. But, we recommend that you follow the prescriptions of the CDC and the NIH and the LSD.
Shots every day.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Might not be the one they want me to take, but it's the one I need to take.
All right. You ready? All right. Let's roll with this. All right. And then we'll do like we just did. I'm trying a new thing out. All right. So y'all tell me if you
Where were the misinformation police last night at that pathetic town hall that CNN hosted? Where were the keyboard warrior fact checkers on everything that came out of Biden's mouth? I want to know why he says that the Delta variant does not affect people that are vaccinated. Yet people that are vaccinated keep testing positive. Yet you want to blame the unvaccinated, like me, who have antibodies, who has not had a reinfection since March of 2020, thanks to my antibodies. Where are the numbers of the COVID positive cases that are coming across our southern border? Why do we keep having COVID tests instead of antibody tests, Cuomo? Come to find out, you've been lining your pocket with these COVID tests. That's where you're making your money. Why don't you start spending them on antibody testing? Why? Because you don't want to prove us right. You don't want to prove us right that antibodies are what's causing us people who've had COVID already not to get sick. Not your motherfucking vaccine, motherfucker. Fuck out of here.
There's been a dramatic escalation recently we need to tell you about in the Biden administration's longest and hardest fought war. That'd be the war against what they're calling misinformation. Almost daily, Joe Biden's battle-hardened flack mounts the podium at the White House with updates on the conflict's progress. Last week, Biden's spokesbot informed the press corps that the campaign against misinformation has encountered serious and unexpected setbacks. Misinformation won a series of bloody skirmishes on cable news and in social media. Thousands of Americans died. But the commander-in-chief is not bowed by this. He's not giving up. Indeed, Joe Biden has just begun to fight. Going forward, the First Amendment will be suspended until further notice. And if misinformation appears on your Facebook page or in your Twitter feed or even in your private text messages, Joe Biden will summarily execute misinformation. He will hunt it down and kill it himself. This is total war. All of us are going to have to make sacrifices in this war. The question is, what does the enemy look like? To this point, no one in authority has provided a clear description of misinformation. The White House still has not defined what it is or what it looks like. Like extremism and white supremacy, misinformation is an elastic and mysterious term. Like the Viet Cong, it appears out of nowhere, from the night itself to take our lives. We hate misinformation with all of our hearts, but we can't really describe it. Not that we need to, really. In the federal agencies in Washington, there is a working definition for misinformation. It's any criticism of the Joe Biden administration or its policies. That's what we're fighting against. Like all patriotic media in wartime, the cable news network is fully on board with this effort. Last night, CNN posted a video to its website. It was from something called a presidential town hall, right on the front of this war. The caption on the video reads this way: "The president tackles vaccine misinformation." And tackle it he did. Watch Joe Biden wrestle misinformation to the ground and spank it like the bad girl it is.
Just like the other question is illogical, and I've heard you speak about it because I'm not being solicitous, but you're always straight up about what you're doing. And the question is whether or not we should be in a position where you are. Why can't the experts say we know that this virus is in fact it's going to be. Or excuse me, we know why all the drugs approved are not temporarily approved, but permanently approved. Yeah. That's underway too. I expect that to occur quickly.
Well, that means you mean for the FDA?
For the FDA.
Yeah, experts say. You can imagine the chaos behind the scenes during that pivotal moment. You can hear the panicked producer in the control room shouting in Don Lemon's ear. The red fox trots quietly at midnight. Code words. In other words, abort, abort. The situation is well past critical. And within seconds that move very slowly, Don Lemon remembered the safe words he had memorized in rehearsal. You mean for the FDA, he said? And then a hushed silence descended in the control room at CNN. Beads of sweat dropped from Jeff Zucker's forehead onto the stack of Pop-Tarts he'd been cradling in his lap. The milliseconds felt like hours. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, Joe Biden regained consciousness. Yes, the FDA, he responded. He got the message. All was well. Cue the commercial break. Crisis averted. There were a lot of moments like that last night. You could tell Don Lemon was very close, time after time, to asking about the FDA. But time and time again, he held off. He had to. The audience might have noticed something was up. So CNN's producers had no choice but to let the commander-in-chief keep talking, as he did in this moment, as Joe Biden began to muse about black people and their love of basketball.
And what we did when that original bill got passed was he would go down in the tough neighborhoods in my state, in my city of Wilmington, which is an overwhelming minority city, and he'd go where the best. Everybody can tell me where the best basketball is played in a playground here in this city. You know where it is. You know who the best ball players are. You know where they are.
They know where they are. Corn Pop knows. Corn Pop knows who can hit the free throws. Corn Pop loves basketball. Of course he does. I kept waiting for Joe Biden to ask Don Lemon if he knows Corn Pop, but he didn't need to, because of course he knows Corn Pop. All the basketball lovers know each other. Please. It was pretty compelling television. Unfortunately, those clips did not get us much closer to our goal, which was to understand what the Biden administration means by the term misinformation. But then we came across this clip, we kept watching, and we understood. Here's Joe Biden describing the benefits of vaccination.
Listen to this.
The various shots that people are getting now cover that. You're okay. You're not going to get COVID if you have these vaccinations.
Oh, finally a definition. He doesn't tell us, he shows us. He leads by example. That's what misinformation looks like. Quote, you're not going to get COVID if you have these vaccinations, said the President of the United States. Well, you know that's not true. How did all those vaccinated Texas Democrats come down with COVID then? Why was Kamala Harris rushed to Walter Reed Medical Center after she met with them if vaccinated people can't get COVID? And why are the pharmaceutical companies themselves telling us it is in fact possible to get COVID after you've been vaccinated? So why would Joe Biden tell us the exact opposite? Now you know why. He's showing us what misinformation is. Like a good leader, he's modeling, as they say. And then he kept showing us. Here, for example, is a question from a restaurant owner who was in the audience last night. He asked what the government was going to do to save small businesses like his, and it's a pressing question for him and millions of others. In just the past 6 weeks, the Biden administration has sent out billions in checks, and those checks have kept able-bodied adults at home and not working, and also caused inflation to spike. Both of those are a disaster for small business. Listen carefully as Joe Biden explains why he's doing this.
And we're looking to hire more every day as we try to restart our restaurant business. The entire industry, amongst other industries, continue to struggle to find employees. How do you and the Biden administration plan to incentivize those that haven't returned to work yet? Hiring is our top priority right now.
Well, two things. One, if you notice, we kept you open. I think it really is a matter of people deciding now that they have opportunities to do other things, and there is a shortage of employees. People are looking to make more money and to bargain. And so I think your business and the tourist business is really going to be in a bind for a little while.
Okay, just so you understand, it wasn't the government that closed small businesses last year, including thousands of restaurants. No, says Joe Biden. If you notice, we kept them open. Oh, it's the opposite of what you thought. You thought governors, Democratic governors, were shutting down restaurants. No. We kept them open. The entire town hall was like that. Okay. It was misinformation on parade. At one point, Joe Biden referred to laws against voter fraud, like the ones where you need to show your ID to vote, as, quote, Jim Crow on steroids. What does that mean? More segregated water fountains, movie houses, restaurants, bigger fire hoses? It's on steroids. But no one asked him. Said the crowd just applauded. Later, Joe Biden explained, and this was news to criminologists across the world, that the real reason crime rates, murder rates are up in our cities isn't that parents aren't supervising their kids on the street, isn't that lunatics are shooting each other over tennis shoes or over disputes no one can even remember. It's not that the moral fabric of the country is collapsing in on itself. It has nothing to do with the fact that Democrats let violent criminals out of jail using the pretext of COVID, or that prosecutors funded by George Soros are refusing to put anyone back into jail. No, it has nothing to do with any of that. You know what's causing all the murders? It's the gun stores. The gun stores are causing all the murders. So why are they telling you this? Well, clearly they want more power, but more than that, they want to show you what misinformation is for. Misinformation is a lie that makes the person who tells it more powerful. Watch Joe Biden explain that because violence is caused by gun stores, he's going to shut them all down.
And so what happens is I've gotten ATF, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. I have them increase their budget and increase their capacity, along with the Justice Department, to go after the gun shops that are not abiding by the law of doing background checks. But my point is all across the country. And it's not because the gun shops in the cities are selling these guns. They are either shadow gun dealers and or gun shops that are not abiding by the law. So we're going to do major investigations and shut those guys down and put some of them in jail for what they're doing, selling these weapons.
Oh, okay. So because Joe Biden's party has so mismanaged American cities for the last 60 years that children are murdering each other on the sidewalk and no one's doing anything about it because the police have been defunded thanks to agitation from Joe Biden's voters, because of all of that, your Second Amendment rights are now suspended. He suspended your First Amendment rights last week, and now your Second Amendment rights are gone too. It looks like Joe Biden is slowly working his way systematically through the entire Bill of Rights, right by right, voiding each one. It won't be long before they're all gone. For the entire document is a relic of an antique racist society that believed in individual rights and limits on political control. It's sad in a way, the end of an era, but when you're at war with disinformation, you have no choice.
I do want to play something he said about COVID because he was actually just factually wrong, and I think it's important to point that out. Let's hear what he said.
One last thing that's really important is we're not in a position where we think that any virus, including the Delta virus, which is much more transmissible and more deadly in terms of unvaccinated people, the various shots that people are getting now cover that. You're okay. You're not going to get COVID if you have these vaccinations.
Which is obviously just not the case. Obviously, Dr. Lena Nguyen is also joining us. Dr. Nguyen, that's something you picked up on clearly.
Right. I mean, I was actually disappointed by President Biden's speech tonight, or his answers tonight, because I actually thought that he was answering questions as if it were a month ago. He's not really meeting the realities of what's happening on the ground. And we now have triple the number of infections in the U.S. versus a month ago. We have escalation in cases all over the country because of the Delta variant, and we actually don't know the answers to a lot of questions. He was talking about how if you get the vaccine, you're well protected from having severe disease. That's true, but we actually don't know how well you're protected from mild illness.
The quantity of people.
And whether with the Delta variant, if you're vaccinated, could you still be contagious to other people? We don't know the answer to that.
We don't know the answer to
responsible.
Because I mean, that's a crucial question.
That's right.
Can you pass it on to your loved ones? Can you pass it on to your children?
That's right. Here's what we do know. We know that the vaccine reduces your likelihood of carrying the virus and the amount of virus that you would carry. But with the Delta variant, a person infected with the Delta variant carries 1,000 times the amount of virus compared to previous variants. And so that's the problem. We don't actually know about this transmission question. And I think that President Biden actually led people astray when he said, if you're vaccinated, you can take off your mask. We don't know that. I think he let go of a really important opportunity tonight. I think he could have said to the audience, you all are protected because everybody here is vaccinated. You're safe if you're vaccinated and everybody around you is vaccinated. But if you are vaccinated and are around people who are unvaccinated, you should be keeping a mask on. Getting the vaccine can save your life, but I actually think that President Biden's message could have led people astray.
Fuck you. Okay, one thing. 133 years worth of science saying masks are fuck all useless. We have over a century of science saying that these masks don't fucking work. Okay? So every time they talk about them, and even the CDC has had to admit that the rate of spread that is decreased by masks is so negligible, it really is. It's less than 1% in most places. It never reaches 2% in anywhere for decreasing spread. So that's the CDC's numbers. Okay, that's not me coming up with it myself. There are 130 years worth of science saying this is bullshit and we aren't supposed to be doing this. But the CDC's telling us we have to. So everybody's talking about them still. All this does is give doctors and nurses more fuel to act completely psychotic in doctors' offices when you need medical help. That's all this does. This is not going to help anybody.
Fair enough.
Sorry.
I'd like to see all the numbers from China having worn masks for how long have they?
You won't get any accurate numbers from China.
I know, but I'd love to see the like translated documents.
Well, you know, if you want to find an Asian country that's been watching it closely, check out Japan, where they have no mask mandate and they've refused to use one the entire time. You know why? Because there's 130 years of fucking science that say that masks don't fucking work.
Right. And Fauci wrote a paper about it.
In the 90s.
Forget. I know. I don't forget. I memory lock a lot of shit. memory lock. If that's a thing, I do that.
I've read it twice now. No, I'm pretty heated about this whole vaccine thing, y'all, because like they keep telling everybody to go get this thing, and they keep telling like, oh, it's gonna help you, it's gonna help you, it's gonna help you. They aren't the Lambda one, the Oompa Loompa variant. They aren't talking about the Lambda variant. You know why they aren't talking about the Lambda variant, Mr. Goatman? Because the Lambda variant is actually more deadly. The thing is, it isn't more virulent, and it isn't hopping like it's supposed to, because that one isn't naturally created. The Lambda variant is acting funny, and that's the one we need to watch. But they won't talk about that one because it's actually acting funny, and they're panicking about it, I think.
Ooh.
But
alpha, beta. Ooh.
But he's Oompa Loompa. Sorry. I really wish Roasted was here, damn it. He knows all the numbers, and I'm too medicated to do numbers.
And he likes metadata.
I like pancakes.
No, I love pancakes, but they don't love me. You know what's better than pancakes is Able Skeevers.
What's that?
I don't know what that is.
No
An Able Skeever is a pancake ball.
Oh.
Donut?
No, it's pancake batter cooked in a ball. You make it in a ball and you turn it as you cook it. Carl's really good at it because it's a Germanic thing, and yeah, he knows how to make them, and I don't. He uses toothpicks to do it, though. It's really cool to watch.
I would use 8 pounds of flour.
Mr. Goatman says nobody is talking about the Oompa Loompa variant.
Oompa Loompa variant.
The Oompa Loompa variant.
Exactly, Excel's.
Is that why my hair's green? Oh,
no,
shit.
your hair's green because you keep rubbing your ass or your head on that really gross girl's butt.
Oh.
You
That's
should
her
stop
fault.
doing that.
Scariance. I like that.
That's her fault.
Yeah.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire up. What I did was I broke it into chunks, and if you want to talk, just stop me. When the segment chunk comes up, you'll see it'll be a black screen, and if if not, we'll just let it roll. But there's a couple of things that stick out. I mean, and it's like the reason I wanted to play the the fact, the fact checking was because I thought it would be better if we, knew what was pointed out first before we looked at the whole thing, right? So, and here we go.
Talk to these guys. We're going to get to the audience questions in just a moment, but I have a couple questions I want to ask you because the pandemic is a big concern for everyone, really, around the world, especially around America. New cases are up three times since last month, right? The pandemic is a big concern.
Successful.
Hospitalizations, death, rising. So you said last month that that the virus is in retreat. Do you still feel that way? Is that
Well, the virus, look, it's real simple. We have a pandemic for those who haven't gotten the vaccination. It's that basic, that simple. 10,000 people have recently died. 9,950 of them thereabouts are people who hadn't been vaccinated. This is a simple, basic proposition. If you're vaccinated, you're not going to be hospitalized, you're not going to be in an ICU unit, and you're not going to die. So it's gigantically important that we all act like Americans or care about our fellow Americans. There's legitimate questions people can ask that they worry about getting vaccinated, but the questions should be asked, answered, and people should get vaccinated. But this is not a pandemic. We've made sure that since I got in office, we've inoculated over 160 million people. 85% of people over the age of 50. Anyway.
People are worried about a new round of restrictions and mask mandates and so forth.
Well, I'm saying, look, it's a little bit like when I got elected. This pandemic is out of control.
He's in a college.
We've lost more people in the United States.
Is in a college? Yeah, the audience is handpicked. The people, at least the people that talk, I think.
They always are.
Even the restaurant guys.
Over 630-some thousand people in every major war we've ever fought in the United States of America. And that's come to a screeching halt for those who've been vaccinated. It really has, not a joke. This is overwhelming evidence to sustain that. And so what I say to people who are worried about a new pandemic is get vaccinated. If you're vaccinated, even if you do catch the virus, quote unquote, like people talk about it in normal terms, you're an overwhelming, not many people do. If you do, you're not likely to get sick. You're probably going to be symptomless. You're not going to be in a position where your life is in danger. So it's really kind of basic.
Let's get to the questions, Mr.
Okay.
President. Okay, I want to introduce you to Andrea Gennari. She's a community resource director for a charter school. She's a Democrat currently running for her local school board. Andrea, welcome.
God love you. The most important, thankless job in the world, being on the school board.
Thank you. So here in Hamilton County, the vaccination rate remains at about 50%. And you talked about the virus that's spreading. Masks are seen less and less. And as you know, children under age 12 still are not eligible to be vaccinated. Schools are working with all of this information as they think about reopening next month. As a school employee and as a parent to children under age 12, I'm really concerned. What is your message to those parents, educators, and school districts?
I understand your concern. I really do. My children are grown now, but my grandchildren, I have one is only 1.5 years old. So, I understand. Number one, my message is that one of the reasons why, you remember the criticism I got initially saying teachers should get vaccination, get in line first. The vast majority of teachers are vaccinated, number one. Number two, the CDC is going to say that what we should do is everyone under the age of 12 should probably be wearing a mask in school. That's probably what's going to happen. Secondly, those over the age of 12 who are able to get vaccinated, if you're vaccinated, you shouldn't wear a mask. If you aren't vaccinated, you should be wearing a mask. So it's going to get a little bit tight in terms of, are mom or dad being honest that, Johnny did or did not get vaccinated? That's going to raise questions. But I think what's going to happen is you're going to see this work out in ways that people are going to know in the community. Everybody knows in the community whether or not Johnny really did get the vaccination when he's 15 or 17 years old. And so it's going to, I think it's a matter of community responsibility, and I think you're going to see it work through.
Let me follow up on a question. When will children under 12 be able to get vaccinated?
Soon, I believe. One of the things that I committed to do when I got elected.
Hold on. He just said, if you lie about it, we're going to find out and make sure your community knows. This is all a fucking threat, you guys. This is a threat. That was a fucking threat right there. We'll find out if you don't get vaccinated, and it'll become a public issue.
Yeah, even though there's HIPAA.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Democrats. They've turned into
homeschooling.
Something horrific.
Exactly.
These people.
Right, there's a high ass amount of people that are homeschooling now. Like it just keeps growing and growing, either homeschooling or private schooling.
Yeah. Well, why wouldn't you? Look at these fucking people.
How soon as soon, Mr. President?
That's what. Let me finish the question. The answer: soon, in the sense that I do not tell any scientist what they should do. I do not interfere. And so they are doing the examinations now, the testing now, and making a decision now.
That was weird.
He was bowing to science, Shigon.
What?
He was bowing to science right there. That was him bowing at the altar of Fauci for the crowd.
Yeah.
Indeed.
That was just proselytizing.
The scientist.
No. Sure, he didn't just see a little girl sit down or something?
Nice.
Well,
I mean, smelled a little girl on that chick's breath.
Crazy.
That's what it is. Instead of a teleprompter, it's just pictures of pretty little girls.
Oh shit.
Distracted to get a word out at that point.
So wow, that was that was pretty impressive because he was trying to say, okay, one, I don't know where the CDC is coming up with the information that masks are good for children because, Becca, how are your kids doing?
Oh, they're so much better now that.
But
the masks
remember,
are on.
we're advising everyone to follow the CDC's recommendation. So
Yes,
Well, it's just
my daughter's pediatrician had to write a note to the school saying that she was having lung issues and she could no longer wear a mask. That was before Texas removed the mask mandates. So she was exempt from wearing a mask in gym class and in all classrooms.
yeah, I heard kids are passing out and shit.
Yeah.
Can you imagine
Yeah.
living in like Louisiana on a swampy fucking hot, August day? I don't know, man.
Oh,
it's
shit.
pretty it's garbage, Anyway.
This
All
one,
right,
I was like,
next
I can't
part.
believe y'all are putting this in the summertime in Texas. I was like, you guys are fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It should pop into the
When they are ready, when they've done all the scientific need be done to determine children at ages 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, they in fact all have different makeups. They're developing. They're trying to figure out whether or not there's a vaccination would affect one child that's at such and such an age and not another child. That's underway, just like the other question that's logical. And I've heard you speak about it because I'm not being solicitous, but you're always straight up about what you're doing. And the question is whether or not we should be in a position where.
So when he said I'm not being solicitous, it meant I'm being solicitous and I'm going to suck your dick here.
You are. Why
Not selling you
can't
something.
the experts say we know that this virus is in fact it's going to be, or excuse me, we know why all the drugs approved are not temporarily approved but permanently approved. Yeah. That's underway too. I expect that to occur quickly.
Well, that means you mean for the FDA?
For the FDA.
Yeah.
Whoa,
So
the Federal Drug Administration.
You said that you're talking to scientists. So, but what are they telling you, Mr. President?
What they're telling me is let us decide based on scientific data and how we proceed, do it the way we would ordinarily do it. Look, for example, everybody talks about how, this virus the drugs that are designed to kill the virus came along so quickly. Been working on it for 2 decades. There's nothing quick about this. It's been over 2 decades. So people say, I'm not taking a drug that was so approved so quickly. It's been 2 decades. The truth is, we haven't said it enough to people to allay their fears. There's nothing, their fears, there's nothing that just happened yesterday and said, well, let's take a shot on this. And there's a process. Usually the process takes the better part of a year or more to get some of these things decided. But the expectation, they're not promising me any specific date, but my expectation, talking to the group of scientists we put together, over 20 of them, plus others in the field, is that sometime, maybe in the beginning of the school year, at the end of August, beginning of September, October, you'll get a final approval saying the FDA said, no, this is it. It's good. But again, one last thing. We don't talk enough to you about this, I don't think. One last thing that's really important is we're not in a position where we think that any virus, including the Delta virus, which is much more transmissible and more deadly in terms of unvaccinated people, the various shots that people are getting now cover that. You're okay. You're not going to get COVID if you have these vaccinations.
Yeah.
More back-to-back lies.
That's complete bullshit. My grandmother's best friend just caught it, and she's had the vaccine for quite a while.
I know 3 people in real life. I know 3 people in real life that went out and got the vaccine, and now they're quarantined in their house with the coof.
Yeah.
3 in my real life. People that never caught the coof before, but they got the vaccine, and now they're coof positive, and they had to quarantine.
Man.
So it's all a fucking lie, and the Delta variant being more deadly to the unvaccinated is an outright lie. It is less deadly across the board. In fact, hospitalizations are way lower across the board.
Well, that's how viruses mutate. They become more transmissible and weaker. Yeah,
so
weaken.
On populating and stay around.
Exactly.
Dying off in the first fucking month because they're too powerful.
It's called survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, exactly.
It's like, hey guys, we're a virus, but we got to be a little bit weaker so that we don't die out. All right, everybody. Like everybody, call me shit.
The thing is, I can't tell what's a lie and what's just he's not on the same page as everyone else.
Well, yeah, because
come on, he's being fed shit, y'all. Oh, come on, it's like he doesn't know shit from Shinola. He just says what they tell him. And if he asks questions, Jill says it to him and explains it very simply, right?
Yeah,
his Shinola. It's like a shining juice.
No, it's Shoeshine. It was an old brand of shoe polish, right, from like the 20s and 30s.
Just used bananas.
Man, it's so ironic. I just finished polishing my boots while you said that.
Nice. Doc Martens.
No, Cheyenne's.
Nice.
Cowboy
boots.
Ooh. Mock dart.
It's really nice cowboy boots. I didn't even have to break them in. Oh, they're so good. I love my boots.
Becca wears cowboy boots, don't you, Becca?
I have some Justins.
Oh, man, I love my Justins. I loved my Justins.
They're so comfortable.
Oh, fuck yeah.
All right, fam. We'll keep going. It's like
I want to stay on this subject. I want to get to Dr. Nicole Baldwin. She's a pediatrician and a Republican. Dr. Baldwin,
oh my
go ahead.
God.
Doc, how are you?
Hi. Thank you for taking my question, Mr. President. I'm a pediatrician who utilizes social media to educate about health, and I'm very concerned about the.
Yeah,
Of course, you're a pediatrician.
Yeah, she's a Republican. Just remember that.
Republican.
Suppose it. Yeah.
That's a Republican, guys. Look at that woman and
Allegedly.
tell me that's a Republican.
Allegedly,
That's what I'm
she's a
saying.
Republican.
I'm
She
surprised
looks like
they
a
didn't
fish.
pick up a right-wing shit poster just to make him look bad.
All right, so Action Jackson asked a good question. He says, question for the panel. If you catch a virus while having a vaccine, doesn't that completely prevent the virus but lessens the symptoms? Will said that virus mutates to become...
Stronger thoughts. Okay, so the one thing, so the only way a virus is going to get stronger is if it's mutated or forced to do so. Now, the vaccine is basically, we're all being shown that the vaccine isn't working the way they're saying it was going to work. I don't know if it's ineffective or if it's just not working the way they said it's going to work. But in the UK, 40% of the people with the Delta variant that are hospitalized right now are vaccinated.
Hey,
And
Daryl.
they're using the same vaccines we are using.
And there's a Hellcat
So,
out there.
Johnny, hey Johnny,
What up, John?
it's the Hellcat. He's here. All is well now. But, fuck, dude. That was nothing but a bunch of lies, guys. Like that entire thing. You know the thing they're talking about with the data on children for vaccines? We don't ever have experimental data for vaccines on children because we don't do that because of the Geneva Convention.
See, I wasn't
and,
there at the Geneva Convention, so
I wasn't either, but they kind of wrote all this shit down, Trippy.
just fucking
You know, I'm like,
Let's keep rolling.
Rise in misinformation from the anti-vaccine community that is eroding trust in life-saving vaccines. Spread of this misinformation and declining vaccination rates could leave Americans vulnerable to vaccine-preventable diseases in the future. So what I want to know is, what is the White House doing to combat medical misinformation and to restore America's faith in science?
What we're doing is, number one, is to restore America's faith in science, is listen to the scientists. No, I'm not joking. I mean, literally listen to the scientists. And not interfere. Not rush anything. Just let the scientists proceed because they desperately want to get this right. Number one. Number two, you may have heard, I never get myself in trouble, as you know, politically, but you may have heard that I was critical of some of the things that are on Facebook. And I was attacking Facebook. I wasn't attacking Facebook. There was a report out saying that something like 45% of the overwhelming disinformation on Facebook comes from 12 individuals. I said they're killing people. There's 12 individuals
12 people, though?
that misinformation
I don't know.
is going to kill people. Not a joke. Not a joke. It's like telling your kid, I tell you what, you're 4 years old and you see a red light across the street. I mean, come on.
The 12 apostles.
And so what we're trying to do is use every avenue we can, public, private, government, non-government, to try to get the facts out, what they really are. And one of the things, Doc, that's happening that I'm feeling better about, I'm not being a wise guy now. One of those other networks is not a big fan of mine. One you talk about a lot. But if you notice, as they say in the southern part of my state, they've had an altar call, some of those guys. All of a sudden they're out there saying, let's get vaccinated. Let's get vaccinated. The very people before this were saying, I should make fun of. That's good. It's good. It's good.
Look at this
We just have to
fucking
keep
circled
telling the
jerk.
truth. That's why, for example, my wife just flew to Alaska today to do
They're
an
real
event
life
in Alaska
box.
about making sure people understand and get vaccinated, talking about COVID, et cetera. So it's, and by the way, there's pockets. If you notice, there's about, 4 or 5 states that have close to 45% or whatever. I don't hold an exact number.
Lower than that. Even in my home state of Louisiana is 36%. I think there are other southern states.
No, but I mean, of all the cases, all the cases, a very overwhelming majority of those cases are in 4 or 5 states. And it's just not, there's nothing political about this. There's no blue and red.
That's all Let's bring in Christian Oliver. He's a Democrat. He works for the insurance industry. Christian, what's your question?
Jesus.
They'll clap the same way too.
Well,
You
it's just
notice
every
that?
time I hear, all I ever hear is clap, please.
It may be some it may be some clap tracks behind that, to
Their
make it
seats
sound
are
fuller.
electrified. Or lights telling you when to applaud.
Yeah.
Remember the old applause lights from live TV?
Yeah, absolutely. They'll start
Yeah.
at exactly the same time.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Any more comments about the about the female doctor? Because
That
you know,
is
You seem
not
pretty satisfied.
Republican.
You seem satisfied with a non-answer.
Yeah.
She's not a Republican.
Yeah, no shit.
Well, I do question if she's Republican or not, but have any of you
Virgie.
guys noticed that all these Republican governors are coming out now and pushing hard for the vaccine now?
Yeah, somebody.
Yeah,
paid
it's really
somebody.
weird.
Alabama, Tennessee, Florida. I'm pretty sure Abbott will jump on the bandwagon too. It's very strange that as soon as the Biden administration announced that they're going to do door-to-door vaccine checks, that all of a sudden these
come to
Republican
my door.
governors are pushing the vaccine like hardcore. They almost sound like Democrats at this point.
Yeah,
I just
come to my
find it
fucking
really
door.
strange what's going on.
It's probably has to do with federal money. I think maybe there's, you know what I'm saying. It's always usually about money. You know.
Yeah, right.
I keep my default answer. It's like follow that fucking money. Hey, Virgie. Yeah, it is a claptrap, dude. Indeed.
It sounds like it is. Like the fakest fucking.
Yeah, it's almost
claptrap
like
ever.
pharma's got their fingers in everything faithless. It really does feel to me like it's just pharma's gotten their hands in it and they're showing how much power they have over the government. And that's why the Republican governors are pushing right now.
Right.
But I don't know how they're gonna do it because I'm not getting it. I'm already on a fucking list. 2 of my kids are on the fucking list. We can't get the fucking my husband's on the fucking list. We can't even get the fucking jab. So what are they gonna do with the people that can't? What the fuck are they gonna do? It's a double-digit section of America that cannot get the poke. So what are they going to do?
Well, that's for them to figure out, isn't it? All right, let's roll.
Well, so my wife Stephanie and I are newlyweds as of this past Saturday.
I'd brag about
They look like actors.
Yes.
These guys look like actors to me.
They do.
Yeah.
They look fake as shit. Look at
As they
the.
say when they look at me and my wife. You married up, kid.
Thank you. We required all of our guests and vendors to be vaccinated to ensure safety. We are African American, and in many of our communities, people are against the vaccine. A reason that stood out the most in regards to our guests is that they don't see the vaccine as being as safe as the CDC puts it out to be. How are you working toward convincing those in these communities that the vaccine is safe?
It's really an important question because in the African American community, there's less of an uptake of the vaccination. Number one, there's a reason for that. You know, you go back just to even World War II. African Americans were used as experimental. They're almost like guinea pigs in terms of they were anyway. And your mom and dad remember that. Your grandparents remember that. And so there's a reason for people to think that I don't know. I'm not sure I trust. I'm not sure I trust this. Plus a lot of disinformation on top of it. One of the things though we're doing is what I've done. We've done. My team has done is we provided the ability to put in African American communities the vaccine and those who are in fact able to administer the vaccine and people who are respected in the community in the vaccine in those areas, particularly in areas where you have public health centers, where you in fact have people who are the folks who are really at the low end of the economic scale, don't have much access to anything. So we've taken literally mobile vans and people to the communities, to the hardest hit communities, and it's beginning to have some impact. But we have to talk about it more. For example, I was just with, I get in trouble because my wife is a Philly girl, and a Philly fan, and an Eagles fan. I just hosted the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and there's a quarterback there. What's his name? Anyway, all kidding aside.
They laugh fake too.
You know,
did you hear that fake ass laugh? That guy?
Alamo, you're absolutely right. It's the Tuskegee tests combined with AIDS and the crack epidemic and the inner city weird social experimentation they've been doing for the last 35 years, 40 years with education. I grew up in a minority dominant area. Like Central California is pretty much mostly Hispanic, and it's not English speaking Hispanic. So this is a group of people that are equally mistrusting of the government because the Mexican government was really shitty. And yeah, this is fucking bullshit. Of course, minority communities aren't going to trust you guys. You guys have done shitty shit to them. And it's not like fucking we don't have document proof of eugenics being an actual thing they did.
Right.
So this is fucking stupid. Him even talking about this like this is dumb. He needs to speak on it directly, and they aren't going to do it.
No.
What we're doing is getting people of consequence who are respected in the community, whether they're athletes, whether or not they are entertainers, whether they're just well respected. And by the way, one of the things I've gotten able to get done, I have overwhelming support from the African American clergy that I sort of come from in my sort of support. They are opening up their churches as vaccination centers. Can I ask you something?
He is such a racist, man.
Because, you know, and so, by the way, I don't know if you heard that, you got to pause when you corrected the I for we, and we're talking about we, and I think that's a commendable attribute to have. But even with my own family, I'm just able to get with them. I haven't seen my mom in a year and a half, except for 2 weeks ago. I hadn't seen my family for 2 years since the last time they visited me 2 summers ago.
Any comment? No? Hello? Can y'all hear me? Uh-oh. What is going on? Did it do this again? Hold on a second. Sorry. It's it keeps doing this, man, on Friday nights. So let me hop out completely. All right. And hello, can y'all hear me now? All right, I don't know what the hell's going on. Oh, it's not connected. Okay, so I'm waiting for Discord to connect. Yeah, it's only me, man, because the Discord is screwing up. So I'm going to reboot Discord. Let's see if we can get it now. Nope. All right, y'all excuse me for a second. I'm having technical difficulties, and so let's see. It's like all right, and let's see if we can fix it now. I wonder how come this got cut. And what I'm having to do is reboot Discord. Just bear with me, fam, and we'll get through some more of this stuff. I'm going to go ahead and play some more.
But even within my own family, here I am on television every night. There is ambivalence, there's misinformation, and there's also mistrust in the system. How do you fix that?
Well, I think it's going to seem like a non-answer.
I wasn't sure if I was supposed
Start
to
with.
understand what you were saying right now.
One of the things I said when I ran for office,
Like,
not
hear me
being a
now.
Republican again,
Oh, I hear you
is
now.
you got to restore faith in government. You got to get people to the point where they trust government. And I made a commitment that when I made a mistake, I tell you.
Biden,
I made mistakes. When I think I got it right, I'll say it. And I'll take responsibility for what I do and say. Part of it is just generally, I don't mean part of it is generally raising confidence in elected officials.
Well, they just
raising
updated
confidence.
Discord.
And I know it's going to sound like a non-answer to you, but part of this is that, you know because you're one of the most informed journalists in the country. You know the criticism I got by saying I want to unite the country. So you can't unite the country.
He's one of the most informed journalists in the country.
Wow.
If we can't unite the country, we can never get some of these problems solved. And that goes to trust. Why can't you?
Yeah. Sorry about that, y'all. It's really weird, man. On Friday nights, fucking Discord is crashing. I don't know why.
It's probably because it's so heavily used and Microsoft runs it now, so you
Just
can't trust it to work.
Well, it just got updated today too. So there's that famous Microsoft update.
Unite the country.
Yeah.
Why?
You know what I'm saying, man?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are always great.
Well, we can stop this here if y'all want to, and kind of ruminate over, what we've heard. Because it's really just a fucking, I don't know, man.
It's just more ass kissing and lies.
It's all right. I like that though.
Yeah.
This is funny.
Yeah, it's you got a point there. $8 for Tits donates $50. Holy shit.
Holy shit.
And exclamation point is hold on. Whoa. It says something about what is it? Oh, I'm losing shit here everywhere. Okay.
You'll find it.
It said,
"Hey, Eagle.
Time for some titty biscuits."
Titty biscuits.
I salute you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That was awesome. That's awesome. I appreciate everybody. Yeah. So we're winding down. It's we got a couple minutes, 5 or 6. I'm going to go ahead and kill the VLC because it's just more of the same. It's like a fucking photo op. That's all it is.
Right. They just sit there.
You know, he's pushing his agenda and he's trying to sell it to the American people.
Sound like a fucking idiot in the process.
Well, yeah.
No, your testicles are smoother, sir. No, yours are smoother. That's all this is.
I
Your
like
dick's bigger. No, your dick's bigger.
Exactly.
I love it. I want some more.
You give the
of
best
it.
room jobs. No, you give the best room jobs.
I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Do you?
As long as it doesn't have that mullet, I'm good.
Yeah, no doubt, dude.
Must have mullet. Must have mullet.
No, that mullet particularly was awful.
Just wait till Biden starts getting on stage and has like giant purple bruises on his arms.
God damn it, Biden.
Have you noticed that mullets are like back with this like the lefties? Yeah.
I'm seeing more right wingers with them these days.
Yeah, but it's like the it must be a Zoomer thing.
Maybe.
Yeah, party in the front or party in the back.
Like the guy Becca was playing on her channel the other day, he had like a weird greasy mullet. I had to point it out in chat. He did have a ponytail.
Oh shit!
Because like he turned his head a little bit, you could see a ponytail.
Yeah, I had to go back and look at that.
That'll date your
That's
ass.
some classy shit.
Yeah, remember when ponytails were a thing in the '90s though? Yeah, you know, it was like
or a rat tail.
Yeah,
Hey, ponytails aren't
The
that
braid,
bad.
the braid, the little rat tail braid, the little rat tail braids, guys. Those were amazing.
Yep, my hair used to be long.
I think it depends on the person.
You think?
I do.
Yeah. Does the bearded one? Does he have a?
His hair's kind of long right now.
It's kind of long. Does he have a mullet? So you want to give him a mullet?
He doesn't have a mullet.
Cut the front. Give him bangs.
This is
No.
the front, party in the back.
No.
Johnny Hellcat donates $5 and says, "I don't know. It all sounds like propaganda to me." Indeed, man. Indeed.
That's why you're not allowed to question it.
Propaganda.
God.
Propaganda.
Yeah, all that.
Indeed.
We do not send the city.
Yeah.
It is you who sent the city.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the coolest thing I've ever heard is a drunk Japanese guy singing California Dreaming, so I can't really like talk shit on Japanese people.
Well,
That was fucking awesome.
Yeah. Well,
But I'm not talking shit on Japanese people.
I bet if you
I'm
went to
just laughing.
Japan,
you know, they're
home Alabama, people would join in.
You know they're going to have
They
empty
do.
stadiums. They're going to be empty stadiums for the Olympics. So
Why?
because of COVID, man.
Watch that shit.
COVID, man.
Oh.
Yeah, it's in Japan this
Miami,
year,
good too.
man. Yeah, so they finally bent
So
the
Japan
knee.
said, fuck it.
They bent the knee, man, as they say.
I mean, come on, they have plenty of cardboard cutouts I can put in there.
They will.
They're gonna have to find ways to like.
You said like David Hasselhoff and Elvis, you know, and fucking.
I was thinking more like Hello Kitty, but.
Okay. I'm just not hip with this young and
I can
lingo.
hear my teenage daughter being upset and offended from here.
Indeed.
Wipe
So,
the pillows.
all right. So while we're hanging out, let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and chill out. All right. And
Still some caca. So do we know what we're doing tomorrow?
I have no idea. But Excel will lead us. I just entitled it SMDH. We can talk about maybe about that the national curriculum. They got busted for having some woke shit in it, and they had to walk it back, and they removed it.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was Peter Ducey from Fox that kind of like broke
Dude,
that.
he's turning into a bit of a firebrand, isn't he?
Yeah. I like the kid. Well, he's not a kid anymore. He looks 40 now. But he looks just like his dad anyway. All right, so
Yeah,
Timo, what do you got coming up? All right, XD tomorrow night?
As far as I know, it's XD tomorrow night. I'm still waiting on getting a call back for a doctor's appointment, but I'm hoping that I will be well enough at some point to start streaming and making videos again, because I really fucking miss it.
I bet. Okay, Miss. Yeah. All right, Becca.
Tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'll do another Fairly Just Becca on my channel.
Sweet. Miss Shigon.
Yeah, Boo got like a strike, so that's
good.
Yeah. Like normally I would say like check us out on Thursdays, but I mean still everybody should subscribe to Bubonic for You, because he has awesome content all the time, and then we do a show on Thursdays, but we'll see what next time comes up. But just subscribe.
Indeed. Ryan, what about you, man?
Check out the original Shroom. Usually streams around 10ish during weekdays. EST.
Indeed, yeah.
And Toya Ain't Nice. She does video game streams. Well, I guess videos. They're pretty cool. Check her out.
Quick. Killer. All right. Stone Monkey, what about you, man?
I got Twitch on Wednesdays, where I play some GTA, usually almost every time.
Nice.
And it's good times. I do stupid shit, and usually I got Trippy there along for the ride.
Yeah. I'm popping up. Yeah.
And then we do stupid
That's
shit.
right. And Trippy?
I think I might be doing a Monday show. You guys will get the stuff. It's not going to be on my channel. It's going to be on another person's channel. I'm not sure if she wants me to mention yet.
Okay.
But yeah, I think I'm doing that Monday.
Cool.
I don't know if I'm doing anything Tuesdays, but then Wednesdays, Thursdays, I believe I'm going to start gaming again, like I've been doing this past week.
Yeah, I want to do some gaming too.
And hopping on gaming stream and shit too. Like I want to get myself more out there like I used to.
Right.
And then the Sunday show, of course.
Yeah.
So yeah, stuff.
And speaking of Sunday, I'm going to be talking with Aunt Kathy. Via
Awesome.
I appreciate Virgie hooking me up on that. So it should be interesting. We're not really going to talk about Adrastia because she's really a shining star. I love that.
Right.
Yeah, she's a very charming lady.
Aunt Kathy.
Yeah. So it'll be like shooting the shit with a Southern Belle, and having fun, right? So, well, not a real Southern Belle, because they got manners. They got manners and shit, but right? No, she's got manners. Right. I don't even know her. I'm saying dumb shit. Anyway, and on that note, people, I don't know what else I can say. You want to say goodbye and let us vacate the premises?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.
Sorry.
Try the veal.
Good night, y'all.
Watch
Good
out
night.
if you're around Pants Ninja, he'll steal your pants.
Such a fine line between stupid and clever. Yeah, it's just like...
You know, you should do LSD, because you're a real asshole.